And welcome. I'm Reverend Keith, and this is our Soul Center meditation service. So welcome to those of you who are here live in person, and welcome to those of you who are streaming in live from around the globe, our love streamers. And for those of you who are here in the sanctuary in person, as we do a cabin check, getting ready for takeoff, I'm just going to invite everybody to make sure that if you have a cellular device, if you could either make sure it is either off or in meditation mode, sometimes referred to as airplane mode. And as we prepare to move into meditation mode ourselves, and as we do, and for those of you streaming in live, maybe you just want to put yours on Do Not Disturb if you're using a cellular device. And as we prepare to move into stillness, into meditation, which is communion with the divine, whether that's happening deliberately or whether it's happening accidentally. Accidentally, I mean, sometimes we go into meditation, we might be jogging, we might be riding a bike, we might be lost in a video on nature or just in nature itself. And sometimes we just slip into meditation and we didn't even know we did it. Sometimes it's the zone. The difference here is that we're doing it deliberately, which means you're going to observe from your higher self, or your higher consciousness, what's going on. That observation may look like a real deep relaxation that borders on sleep. Every meditation practice from around the globe, no matter what the tradition, no matter what the lineage, has an intention built into it. Some of those intentions, like in a visioning or a meditation of inquiry, are looking for guidance. I'm looking for providence that comes from my higher self or the divine. A meditation of activation or mantra is communing in a particular frequency of the divine. I might want to just hang out in peace for a while. And so I might use a mantra or an activation for that. Different meditation practices have different intentions, and then there's the intention we bring to the meditation practice. I'm going to offer up a couple suggestions as meditation for our meditation, one of which is that all the channels and all the meridians, those are the areas, that's what channels the energy to all the different areas of our physical, emotional, mental bodies, are wide open to the free flow energy of chi, of prana, of life force. Right there, that is soothing and calming. That we're going to allow this to be the best, the deepest, the most relaxing, the most rejuvenating, the greatest and grandest meditation experience ever, and that nothing will distract us. Nothing from the outer world, nothing from the inner world. We're just going to allow ourselves to relax. If you hear every word I say as I center us, wonderful. If you don't hear a word I say, no problem. If you doze off and fall asleep, that's okay. And if you have a particular mudra that you like to hold with your hands, great. If you have a particular position you like to sit in, wonderful. However it works best for you. That is our cabin prep. We're going to now get ready for takeoff. If for any reason you choose to do this as an open-eyed meditation, you're welcome to. I just recommend keeping your eyes focused on one singular point, wherever that may be, and don't let your eyes wander because your mind will wander. Otherwise, as about 90% of us are going to do, maybe 99, we're going to go into a place of closing the outer eyes and opening the inner. I'll center us, we'll go into the stillness, we'll come out in a wave of prayer. And I just invite you to relax and enjoy as we are now ready to begin. And as always, we begin by first giving ourselves permission to relax. Just saying to ourselves in our minds, I give myself permission to relax, to rejoice, and to open and return to the eternal frequencies and the divine energies, knowing that we have no place to go, we have nothing to do except surrender into the deepest space and place of grace, the eternal energies of peace and love, beauty and joy, harmony and clarity. We open to those energies and we simply give them permission to swirl and whirl, flow and glow throughout our entire beingness. I invite you to bring your awareness to your breath. The inhalation, the exhalation, just becoming aware of the rise and fall of your belly or your chest. Become aware of that cool breeze that comes in through your mouth or your nose as you inhale. And as we exhale, we take a moment to use the exhalation as the vehicle of release, letting go of the temporal, the temporary. Exhaling, we let go of any tension or concern or stress. Those are temporary energies. They have no staying power except that which we give it. And now we relinquish as we inhale the omnipresent, the eternal frequency of peace and serenity. And those energies begin to proliferate themselves throughout our physical, emotional, and mental bodies as waves of softening vitality flood into our entire physical body. Exhaling, we let go of all sense of efforting or trying. As we inhale, ease and effortlessness, and feel those energies tingling throughout your entire beingness. A contagion of relaxation, vitalizing our energy. Exhaling, we let go of figuring, analyzing, projecting. As we inhale, waves of beyond words, beyond thoughts. When you begin to notice the surface mind is merging and melding, attuning with the higher mind, divine illumination, providence. You can feel all density evaporating as the light, as luminosity and weightlessness begins to permeate and saturate your physical, emotional, and mental bodies. Every cycle of breathing taking us deeper and rising higher, returning to the beginning, eternality, the divine, your soul. You can feel the outer eyes merging with the inner eye as the imagination, attuned only to insight, begins to awaken. I invite you to bring your awareness to your mind's eye in the middle of your brow. Allow yourself to see beyond the physical. You may see colors. You may feel tingles on your forehead. You may see symbols or signs, or just darkness. You may see an eyelid open as an eye looks around. Whatever you see or sense, allow the imagination, attuned only to right seeing, to open. The outer ears, the left ear, the right ear begin to exchange an energy between them, balancing as the inner ear opens and outer sounds fade away, attuning to the voice of your soul, of the absolute truth. You may begin to feel or sense or see the divine frequencies and energies cascading over you, as though you were sitting beneath a waterfall of golden white light. You may see other colors, the spectrum of the infinite beauty and grace of God. And as snowflakes of light waft down and land upon your crown, and shoulders, and thighs, you can feel the energy washing over you, merging as eternality spreads throughout your body. All the cells in your body emotions, and mind are tingling and illuminating as the energy within begins to rise up and shine. We can feel our scalp and cheeks and neck illuminating, softening, strengthening as the throat center opens. The shoulders flood with freedom and timelessness and spaciousness cascade into your chest. And your heart begins to open even more into the full light of joy, peace, and love. Tingles of light flowing down through your midsection into your hips, or divine strength, vitalizing and expanding, rejuvenating, flows down through your legs, into your feet, into your emotions, and it is here. And we just take a moment, observing, relaxing, and resting in the stillness. Going even deeper and higher in the divine light. If there are any areas of your physical body that require a little extra rejuvenation, we're allowing the light to flood, whether it is your knees or your kidneys, shoulders, or your heart or lungs. Anywhere Your body is hardwired to rejuvenate. Life force flooding to vitalize and return to homeostasis, physically, emotionally, mentally, situationally. I invite you to become aware of the frequency and the divine energy of peace. Peace as tranquility, peace of mind. Just notice its color, its frequency or sensations. Allow yourself to marinate, bathe, return to your natural state of peace. Expand to hold more peace than you've ever held before. And as that continues to rejuvenate and expand, I invite you to bring your awareness to the frequency, the divine energy of beauty. Feel it, see it, sense it, bathe in it. What color is it? What does it feel like? Look like? And allow it to expand throughout your entire beingness. You may begin to notice a soft and subtle nuance of self-love. And I invite you to become aware of the energy of joy. Just observe it, accept it, bathe in it. Become re-familiarized with its soft and overwhelming presence. You may notice waves of enthusiasm connected to desire, the desires of the soul. You might become aware of that which we call chi or prana, life force. That which is breathing our breath right now, is oxygenating our blood. And just as we breathe in and the oxygen knows exactly where to go and what to do, we allow the peace, the beauty, the joy, the enthusiasm to go exactly where it needs to go. To beget more. And you may begin to feel a soft sense of gratitude. And I am truly grateful to know that there is no place throughout all of life where life force efforts. The earth does not effort to orbit. The waves do not effort to crash. The rain does not effort to fall. The effortless nature of creation. We return and remember that that which we call life is synonymous with God, good, bliss, nirvana. And whether we call the universe Allah, Khoda, Hashem, the Great One, Yahweh, the Creator, Dios, by any name, we know that it is Source, and that each and every one of us, created in its image and likeness, formed and fashioned, the true self, the higher self, the eternal self, in the image and likeness of God. We take a moment and know that there is no place, no space, no dimension, no galaxy where the divine is not. It is everywhere as an omnipresence. We take a moment and we allow ourselves to remember the truth of our own divinity, and that life is inherently brilliant, good, beyond the temporal, the eternal goodness. This is our nature. And I'm grateful that something wonderful has taken place here as we return to the beginning and allow those eternal frequencies to ripple and roll, flow and glow, bless and express everywhere in our lives, as wellness, as prosperity, as goodness, as wholeness, as vitality. And we ground it and allow it to be good and so by saying, and so it is. Amen. And as we come back into a lucid state of divine awareness, you're welcome to keep your eyes closed, or you can open them, you can stretch. You're welcome to move about the cabin. We're going to bring the lights up here in the sanctuary. We're going to take about a 5-minute break before we begin our music and our message. For those of you streaming in live, you might see a slide come up that says we'll be coming back soon. And we'll see you right back here at 10:30 Pacific time. Welcome back.
Good morning, everyone. Had to do a little furniture rearranging there. What a beautiful day. My name is Paulette Smith, and I'm a member of the board of directors here at Soul Center. It's so lovely to see everyone here. If we can get everybody to come in, there's always just so much good food out there. Nobody wants to come in. But we are pleased to welcome you on this beautiful day. And on behalf of the board of directors and our founders, Jessica Susalik, who's not here today, and our angel in heaven, Patricia Griffith, I'd like to welcome you to our Sunday service. We're an affiliate of the Agape International Spiritual Center, and we're bringing the teachings of Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith to Orange County, and we're here to light up Orange County with those teachings. So let's start with our Soul Center Declaration. It'll be coming up on the screen, and it's also in your program. We're going to all rise and say it together with great enthusiasm and intent. All right? Okay. There is one life, and that life is God. That life is perfect, and that life is my life now. I am here to receive the divine message for me. I am awake. I am tapped in, and I am transformed. Very good. You may be seated. Thank you. And we have, of course, our house band. We have Jesse Godoy and Brian Shorrock today. And our lovely guest, musical guest, Jackie Simone Elliott, is here with us again today. So how exciting. And we have Mary Jane with some announcements.
Good morning, Soul Center. The friendly reminder to silence your cell phones and put them in meditation mode or off. So we have a class coming up. Join Reverend Keith as he instructs spiritual practices of universal truth. In this 5-week online course, we will explore and align with universal laws that govern life. We will review our life structures and how to expand our good through the spiritual practices of affirmative prayer and meditation. We will delve into areas of purification, forgiveness, and letting go of patterns of the past, as well as expanding passion, divine connection, and living in true freedom. Class begins this Thursday, October the 23rd, and for more details and to register, visit soulcenteroc.com. Our Omen Garden bookstore. We have The Spiders Are Back. The spider spiritually symbolizes creativity, interconnection, patience, and feminine power. Think of it as weaving the threads of fate and destiny and representing manifestation, balance, and overcoming obstacles. Soul Center members enjoy a 10% discount. You support Soul Center when you support our bookstore. So check it out. They got a lot of good stuff in there. Join me and Param for throwing a spooktacular Halloween costume party this coming Saturday, October the 25th. It's an outdoor potluck party featuring you in costume. Join the fun around a bonfire. Please bring any costume pieces that you no longer use to our events table for people that don't have anything. We will use them for anyone that needs one at the party. Who knows? You might win a prize. There's 2 steps to register. You need to RSVP by going to Soul Center OC, and then you need to go to the welcome table to sign up for the potluck of what you want to bring. Okay? It's going to be a great time. Can't wait. All right, so visit soulcenteroc.com, view your Sunday service program, or visit our welcome table for ongoing events such as Reverend Keith's daily affirmative prayer held Monday through Saturday at 9:30 a.m. on Zoom and on Facebook page, Soul Center's Facebook page. We have a midweek meditation in-house here at 6:45 on Wednesday, and we also have it live streaming. Okay. Reserve your seat today at our welcome table for next Sunday's Munch and Mingle. We have a lot of birthdays this month to celebrate. We're also celebrating our new board member appointments and more. You'll feel the good energy of this community and how meaningful it is to simply be present for another person. Volunteers. Make a profound difference by volunteering with us. Our volunteering, supportive volunteers help Soul Center lift spirits. To sign up, contact our volunteer leads, Colleen Lavoie, who's not here today, but Kathy Loquet is our other person that you could talk to, or go to our welcome table and sign up. And the volunteers, you don't have to sign up for, months and months or anything like that. It could be a one-time thing. It could be a couple of times a month, anything, just to be a part of Soul Center. And before we go for our Soul Center song, our house band with Jesse Godoy, Brian Sherrick, and our lovely Jackie Simone Elliott today, I'm going to bring up Reverend Keith, who's got some special announcements.
Yes. So good morning, Soul Center. Some of you may know that as part of the New Thought Ageless Wisdom teachings, part of the Agape International Spiritual Center, that we have a foundation of principles of universal truth that we follow. We have curriculum, we have classes, and we have programs. And certain individuals, along their spiritual growth and expansion, choose to opt into some of our programs. One of our programs is a licensing program to become a Soul Center licensed prayer chaplain. That's a year's worth of study, and you go through, and basically it's dedicating your life to prayer, to meditation, and being of service. Prayer chaplains, you often see them wearing the blue shawls here at Soul Center. And a prayer chaplain is someone who is, when they are licensed here, they begin to serve our community by praying with our community. We have a prayer list where prayers requests come in all the time. Many of you have probably used our prayer list, whether that was here signing up or whether that was via email or phone. And these people hold vigil for all of us. So those are our prayer chaplains. And then we also have what are called ALSPs, Agape Licensed Spiritual Practitioners. That's a 4-year program, which includes that first year of prayer chaplaincy classes and moving into a place where you're going into spiritual counseling. And it's another level of dedication to your spiritual practice. Both of these programs are about deepening. They will grow you. Once you matriculate through these programs, you will just go deeper and deeper and deeper in the practice of affirmative prayer, meditation, life visioning. These are the things that allow you to begin to integrate spiritual principle in your life. Anybody who's ever become aware of an intellectual idea, like you're born in the image and likeness of God, or life is good, but that doesn't experience that in their daily life because something happens, we get frustrated or angry, there is a science behind the integration of transformation, and that's what our community espouses. So, these programs are people who have said, you know what, I really want to commit to this transformation, but really also about serving others. And we always like to acknowledge those who have gone through a cycle of completion. And today, we have 2 individuals. One is a practitioner who's made his way over to Soul Center from one of our sister congregations, and so we're going to be acknowledging him as we induct him into our practitioner corps. And one is also somebody who's gone through, matriculated into prayer chaplaincy, and has actually just started the practitioner program as well. And we want to acknowledge them. They're going to be part of our new prayer ministry. They're going to be part of those who serve you. And it's one of those things that as you move into a prayer field where you're able to hold space, we oftentimes think of, I'm holding space for another, but truly we are holding space for ourselves and the other simultaneously. It is very rewarding and very gratifying. And it is all of this, very similar to the way monks of other traditions hold space. You're moving into a place of unwavering, unmoved holy awareness. And so that's what's happening in our community. So I encourage you, to take advantage of prayer after service and just be with one of our chaplains or our practitioners, and also to maybe just think about what this means to you in your personal journey. At this time, I would like to invite our new prayer chaplain, newly licensed, Lori Carhart, to please make her way up to the stage. Those of you who may not know Lori, she's one of our in-person / remote. We actually, a lot of our live streamers, we have remote prayer chaplains and practitioners around the globe. Tiffany in Texas. We've got people around the globe that are serving our community, not only locally. This beautiful individual has gone through the program, and as like I said, is continuing on. She has a heart of gold. Her family is here today, and we are just so grateful for her heart of service, her dedication. I know that in addition to everything that you do here at Soul Center, in addition to being a prayer chaplain, you've done so much more and continue to dedicate your life to the divine as the divine. We appreciate you, we love you, and I thank God for you. We're going to go ahead and bestow upon you your prayer chaplain. Just like in life, where we sometimes need to iron out a couple wrinkles, we'll probably have to do the same thing. And if there's anything you would like to share about your journey or about anything, please take a moment or so.
I just feel really like I can't believe I'm standing here, because I just like the path that led me here was just so beautiful, and it was. Through a lot of pain and grief that I actually got here and met Keith. And through that journey of facing my own grief and healing through Soul Center and New Thought and everything I've studied, it was just such a natural progression for my life. So I'm just so grateful, and I'm so happy. I just love all these faces, and I'm so I'm thrilled to be here and be a part of this community. Thank you for having me.
So you can just remain here for a moment, and now I'm going to invite J.R. Mendeville to come forward. This individual has gone through the practitioner training, and he is being welcomed into our family. This means that he is available for spiritual counseling, and he will also be of service in our community. Many of you have seen him around lately for a while, and we are so grateful that he has said yes to continuing. Another example of somebody who continues to go deeper and higher. All of this, whether, I realize that there are many ways of reaching enlightenment, as we might call it. Whether we do that in our own individual way, or whether we dive into our programs here, these programs are not about dogmas and about capitulating to a particular way. It's about bringing out your magnificence in your divine way. These individuals have done that, and we are so grateful to have JR as one of our practitioners here at Soul Center that is available for spiritual counseling. And I'd like to ask all of our practitioners and chaplains that are in-house right here today, if you could just give us a stand. This is part of our prayer ministry, our prac corps, our prayer chaplaincy, and these individuals, along with our new inductees, are just part of what really allows this community to thrive. We are grateful and thank God for all of you, and we are grateful and we thank God for you as our new inductees. And I'm just going to bestow a blessing as I give JR his shawl as well.
Back there in the corner, he's one too.
Yes. Scott is not only one of our practitioners, but he is also on our board of directors. You may now be seated, and we're just going to invite you to join me as we just bestow this blessing upon our inductees. How grateful I am to take this moment to bless. We just say this to you. Lori and JR. And just repeat after me.
Lori and JR.
We are grateful for you.
We are grateful for you.
The divine in you.
The divine in you.
The magnificence in you.
The magnificence in you.
We are grateful,
We are grateful
for your service to our community.
for your service to our community.
We thank God for you.
We thank God for you.
We bless you.
We bless you.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Thank you very much. And I just wanted to see if, JR, if you had any comments that you would like to share.
I'm so grateful to be here, first of all, and for Reverend Keith, and of course all of you. And like Lori had said, I remember 15 years ago seeing Michael Bernard Beckwith and just experiencing that energy, and then asking the universe, okay, Michael, how do you get there? And then I found myself on that particular path, and here I am. So thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. And now we will continue with our regular scheduled program.
And that is our congregational song. So we're going to join the band and Jackie with that. Everybody, let's light it up.
Licensed spiritual practitioner, and you are my fiddler. This is our congregational hymn. How can I serve today, sweet Spirit? How can I serve today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. How can I serve today, sweet Spirit? How can I serve today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me. Who needs my love today? Who needs my love today? Sweet Spirit. Who needs my love today? Oh Lord, speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will. Who needs my love today? Sounding good. Who needs my love today? Oh Lord, speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I will. Where you lead me, I will. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. Yeah.
Good morning. My name is Michelle Lipton. Good morning. And I didn't bring Hazel today because my son and I are going to the Chargers game in a minute. So everybody was like, where's Hazel? She'll be here next time, I promise. Okay. Our reading is taken from this thing called You by Ernest Holmes. Your consciousness, which means the sum total of your thoughts, is the medium between the invisible cause and your personal life. Though you were in hell and you dwelt on heavenly things, you would immediately find yourself in heaven. Though you were in heaven and dwelt on evil, you would immediately find yourself in hell. Evil is the result of the wrong use of the law of life. Therefore, your greatest desire should be to use the law rightly. You always use it rightly when you use it constructively. You always use it constructively when there is nothing in you that would hurt anyone. When you use it with love. It is not necessary to spend your entire time in prayer and meditation. Rather, seek to make your work a prayer. You're believing an act. You're living an art. It is then that the object of your faith will be made visible to you. It is then that you shall kiss the lips of your desire. Your thought is creative, not because you will, wish, hope, or long for it to be so. It is creative because there is a creative law operating upon it. You did not make this law. You only use it. So use it wisely. Let us turn within and pray. I'm so grateful for Soul Center. This community is so loving and so powerful. I'm grateful for each one of you and pray for you often, just so you know. I'm grateful for this gorgeous day. I'm grateful for my son Jonah being here to support me, even as a teen he didn't really want to be here. I'm just grateful for all the beauty in the world. And most of all, I'm grateful for God. I was running this morning and I thought, oh, God is so amazing. I'm looking at the Saddleback Mountains and the beautiful flowers and saying, oh, God is beauty. God is omnipresent. God is so omnipotent, omniamorous, omniscient. God is just simply everything. And I'm so grateful for God. I know I am one with God, and I so know deep in my heart that each of you are absolutely connected to God, the divine, the one intelligence. And I'm so grateful for this pure unification. Take in that you are all, we are all one. And I'm so grateful for that. I bless Reverend Keith and his spectacular message today, because every message he has is always spectacular. I bless Jesse, Brian, and Jackie for their inspirational music, and how lucky we are to have each and every one of them here at Soul Center performing for us. I bless the board of directors. I bless Jessica and Patricia, our co-founders. I bless Enlightened Kids Village, our precious teens, including my son Jonah. I bless each and every one of you here, live streaming and watching on the archives. I bless Hazel at home, wishing she was here to support each and every one of you. And so it is, amen. And go Chargers. We need a little extra love. We're playing the Colts today, so please pray for them when you get home. And now it's time for Agape Affirmations. Please stand. You will find them in your program, coming up on the screen and live stream. I'll speak a line, and then we'll all repeat them aloud, together with sincerity and acceptance. The presence of God within me makes all good things possible in my life.
The presence of God within me makes all good things possible in my life.
Love, peace, and joy exude from the very center of my being.
Love, peace, and joy exude from the very center of my being.
Divine health and wholeness radiate as my body temples wellness.
Divine health and wholeness radiates as my body temples wellness.
My whole life is saturated in plenitude and gratitude.
My whole life is saturated in plenitude and gratitude.
I declare, I decree, and I am free. So be it. Amen.
Amen.
You can sit. Okay, for those of you who would like to experience private individual prayer today, please come up front by the gong after service. There you will be directed to an Agape licensed spiritual practitioner or a licensed Soul Center prayer chaplain who will pray on your behalf in a safe, confidential, and loving atmosphere. Thank you.
That was such a beautiful prayer.
much. You know, every time I think about what a blessing it is to be aware that the breath that breathes me is God breathing through me. It's giving its life through me, loving me, blessing every cell. And the same for you. You know that God lives inside. And in those times when I forget, you know, when there's a disconnect, I can remember God lives in here. God is here. And the Spirit will say, girl, come unto me. I live in here. Come unto me. So that's a wonderful reminder. But anyways, these handsome gents here, come on. This is, by the way, an original composition.
on, Elliot is in the house. Jessica Joy, Brian, Sharon, Marquis. Good morning, Soul Center. Are you ready to go to the next level of magnificence in your life?
Yes.
Okay, I asked it kind of soft. I got a soft response. Are you ready to go to the next level of magnificence in your life?
Yes.
Okay, well then beware. Beware, because that which you are ready for happens instantaneously. If I'm ready for my prosperity, it happens. If I'm ready for my soulmate, it happens. If I'm ready for the next level of my career, it happens. Yes. If I am not ready, I will be readied. That's the caveat emptor of the universe. You think you're ready for a certain level of prosperity, but you're not getting it, and it means, I need to be readied. So I'm going to invite you to allow yourself to enjoy being readied, which means prepared, which means going into a space of divine receptivity. But before we get there, I want to welcome you to Soul Center. We're part of the Agape International Spiritual Center, which means we follow the New Thought Ageless Wisdom teachings. What is New Thought Ageless Wisdom? Ageless wisdom is the wisdom of the absolute truth that has been around from the dawn of time, going back tens of thousands of years to the first humans that ever walked in this earth and began to understand the laws, the universal truths that govern life. Isn't it wonderful? Aren't you grateful that right now that the earth has an intelligence that knows how to spin itself on its axis to orbit around the sun, and that man doesn't have to do that? Can you imagine if there was somebody that was manning the controls? Okay, because, Earth right now is spinning on its axis at 40,000 miles per hour, orbiting around the sun at 100,000 miles per hour. And there's a natural intelligence, we call it an omniscient wisdom, back of all life that knows how to do all of this, just like the autonomic nervous system of your body knows how to do all these things, and you don't have to get involved. I'm pretty sure the earth would have collided with something if man was in charge. It is a good thing. Now, this is representative of the laws that govern the universe, and every law, whether it is the law of attraction, whether it is the law of emergence or radiance, cause and effect, karma, all of these laws have built into them a trajectory that takes you to alignment, to goodness, to wholeness, to brilliance. That is what is coded in all of the universal laws of truth, capital T, truth, and that universal experience matriculates itself through us. So as part of the New Thought Ageless Wisdom teachings, the ageless wisdom teachings that have been espoused for thousands of years by sages, masters, gurus from around the planet in all of the mystical traditions, there's nothing new about all of that. The changeless is governing the realm of change. What does that mean? These truths are changeless. They work the same now as they did unto forevermore since the dawn of space and time. They work the exact same. But in the world of the human, the temporal, space and time, things are changing and evolving all the time. Your life is evolving. Can you imagine if you behaved the same today as you did when you were 5 years old? It might look a little silly, although it might be refreshing for some people. Now, to embrace the idea of that idea from when we are in our infancy stages growing up and we have the innocence and the purity and we're inquisitive, yes, that part we keep. But the maturity that comes along with spiritual evolution, that's something that we have to choose. We have to choose, and the reason we call it new thought is because instead of moving in and matriculating through life in the human experience where we just regurgitate old thoughts, which turn into beliefs over and over and over again, what an old thought might look like is, I encounter someone who maybe there's some displeasure with them, maybe I experience a betrayal, maybe I experience rudeness, maybe I experience somebody cutting me off in traffic, and then all of a sudden I develop an opinion and I develop some judgment, and then I label something, and if I label something that becomes a belief, now I've formed a belief that allows me to go into an automatic response when those things happen again, and then it is no longer a new thought, it is an old thought, and oftentimes it turns into a putrid thought. When it turns into a putrid putrid thought, then I'm having experiences and beliefs and ideas of either hatred or anger or separation or resentment or shame or guilt, because sometimes we don't also project it on other people. We maybe reflect it on ourselves. We're here to dissolve, transmute. Transmutation, I want you to let that be your best friend. Transmutation is what eliminates, evaporates, and transcends us into a place of, if I have a fear of heights, it moves me into a fearless state of courageousness, of divine strength. Divine strength, courageousness, confidence. Isn't that just a wonderful thing when you master something and then all of a sudden you become confident about it? Or if you go somewhere and you feel confident that good is awaiting you, isn't that one of the most glorious experiences that one can have on this planet, where wherever you go you can expect good? Is anybody here like really thrilled about being worried and having anxiety or stress or having fear about doing something? Does anybody enjoy that? No. I didn't think so. I certainly don't. I am someone who absolutely likes to perpetuate and have fun, but allow it to be authentic. We're moving into a place of authenticity. So welcome to Soul Center. Welcome to a time where the idea is for you to be inspired, for you to have a direct experience of the divine through your bones and beingness, so that you can use your life, your body of affairs as your spiritual laboratory, where you take these divine ideas, these universal truths, and you say, well, let me see, I'm going to apply that in my life and see how the law of circulation plays out in prosperity in my life. There are nuances in the law of circulation. Generosity. When you allow circulation and generosity to flow through your being and bones, the freedom that will start to spontaneously erupt and allow things to return unto you. And as Jackie Simone was singing, unto me. We want to bring these things unto me, which is another way of saying that I will embody these frequencies. Anybody who's ever practiced a sport or an instrument, you first learn how it works, and then one day you let go, like when I'm watching Brian on the keys and he's just like, woo, or I'm watching Jesse and he's like, ah, and it's like they're just in it. They're not thinking about the protocols anymore. They're not thinking about how, this is middle C or this is whatever it is. It's just happening. It's the very same thing that we have to do in our human bevolution, which is our benevolent evolution into more good. I use that word deliberately, a bevolution, because some people are having a devolution, which is a devolving evolution. We are choosing to have a bevolution, a benevolent evolution, where you're growing into more good, glory to greater glory. Now, I understand, as somebody who's overcome lots of challenges and lots of obstacles, and for the first 34 years of my life was in a devolution, and sometimes it was slow, and there was still some good times, but the anxiety and the panic attacks and the stress that was debilitating in my life, which is what led me to a spiritual awakening. So as we move into and continue in this month of cultivating compassion and collaboration, the topic of today is the divine law of morality. I'm going to invite you today because, many people don't even know what it is to be moral. To be moral is to act from that which is right. Morality is usually defined as something that can differentiate between right and wrong. But what is right or wrong? Man-made law tries to reflect that of spiritual law, and sometimes does an okay job, and sometimes does a real rotten job. When humans try to interpret spiritual law, but it passes through the filter of selfishness, which means, what's in it for me? How am I going to prosper? What's going to happen to make my life better? When it goes through the filter of want, instead of desire. For the sake of argument, I'm going to invite you to associate everything in our life depends on our definition of anything. Whatever your definition, I'm talking about the definition that you have scribed in the cellular memory of your subconscious. You have a definition of prosperity. You have a definition of wellness. You have a definition of a soulmate relationship. You have definitions of everything. If you were to put on some electrodes on your brain and punch into a computer all of the definitions of all of the things that you believe, I think you would be shocked. You'd be like, oh my God, I believe that. No wonder this is happening in my life. For me, that showed up once upon a time as betrayal after betrayal after betrayal. I didn't realize, but the first betrayal happened by my best friend in elementary school. I had a betrayal there, and then it perpetuated itself again in middle school, and then again in high school, and then again few after that, and it was like I was not awake or aware enough to know that there was a pattern that had been established in my life, and it was progressively devolving because every betrayal led me to the place of like, well, I guess you can't trust that, I guess you can't count on that, and I kept compounding, and the betrayals were getting worse and worse as time went on. Now, most people will go into a place of trying to manage and coerce these things, maybe take a course on healthy boundaries. We want to make sure that we go delve deep into a place where we understand we are responsible, and what is right from divine morality is that you allow what is right from your soul to reveal itself through your heart, and then from your heart to your mind, so that you can make decisions aright. When you all of a sudden go into meditation and realize, oh, that betrayal was not something that meant I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I might not be good, or they're awful and they're bad and they're this and they're that. That betrayal was to help me release the idea of opposition, of an adversarial experience in the world. That's what that betrayal experience was meant to be. If it is bringing up something that's going to compound negativity, that's what I'm going to release. We want to move into a place where we are liberated and allowing ourselves to move into compassion. Compassion is the main thing. As we look out into the world right now, there's a lot of division. Now, we're not going to get into everything in spirituality. You take it, you rise above, you see the phenomenal experience. Like there's a phenomenon going on that's been going on since the dawn of time. You go back to ancient Greece and the Roman Empire. Politics has always been about people with oppositional views, selfish views that are trying to accomplish something selfishly for their lives or for their constituents or their people. What we look at a phenomena, so what is a phenomena? A phenomena is just something that unfolds in a particular way. That's all a phenomena is. So in the phenomenal realm of politics going on around the globe right now, the very things you're seeing that are happening in the United States are happening in countries all across the globe. A, because we're all united, and B, because the phenomena of a opposition or an adversary has been around from the dawn of time. All that matters to you as you move into the divine law of morality is that I'm allowing myself to align with what is right. If I was going to wave my magic wand right now and go poof, when people went into the voting box, no matter what it was, for mayor, governor, senator, president, whatever, prime minister, whoever, that it was not my selfishness that was going to be voting, it would be my soul that's going to be voting. What should be happening, or what I would imagine to be happening, is that we're voting for that which is for the highest good of the constituents. Now, two things are happening there. Now, all politicians and any leader of any organization or group is susceptible to the group conscious energy. We see it all the time. You see politicians that flip-flop all the time. Why do politicians flip-flop and go from one side to the other? Because their constituents, which have a grand, glorious field of energy, either they go up in an uprising, and so, oh, they're not liking the choice that I've made, so they flip. We shouldn't make that a bad thing. As a matter of fact, that can be a good thing. but it's the consciousness that we hold in our own individual lives that radiates out into the collective. All we care about is what is for the greater good. What is the greatest good in my life? I'm going to invite you to maybe take it off of group conscious energies. Those group conscious energies can include politics and political parties. It can be nationality. It could be people who live in a zip code or an area code. Have you ever seen one of those people who's like, oh, I know in like New York, some people want to have a particular area code. In LA, they have a particular area code. And I think maybe in Orange County, I don't know if it's like, oh, are you 949 or you're 714? And it's like, all that involves is a little bit of like judgment on something is better than something else. Nothing in the spiritual practice is ever better than anyone else. Nobody is superior to anyone else. On the spiritual path, we're looking for that which is the greatest good in my life and that which is the greatest good for everyone on the collective. I'm assuming we would all love to experience harmony in our nation and harmony around the globe. Harmony is an eternal frequency. The eternal frequencies, just as a reminder, peace, love, beauty, joy, harmony, those are eternal frequencies. They never go anywhere. They're always happening. The proof right now is Earth is orbiting, the sun is rising, weather is happening. All that nature does is happening in perfect harmony. Even though we might look out and say, oh, but there's a hurricane coming and it's going to do this to a man-made area. And that's not in harmony. It's in absolute harmony. Nature does not mess up. Nature is a perfect reflection of divine law. And just because I build my house on an earthquake fault does not mean that the universe is out to get me or the universe messed up. It means that we haven't really gotten into a place. Did you connect before you bought the house? Did you go into a place of centering and meditation and say, is this place good? And if it was on the fault, it would have given you everything you need to know. If you're just like, well, I know it's on a fault, but I just really need to live right here. And then it would give you everything you need to know so that if that fault should erupt, you're going to be okay. That's what providence does. Providence gives you the divine directioning to allow yourself to move fluidly. We have become too ensconced and enmeshed in a temporal, intellectual consciousness. We have to move outside of an intellectual understanding of things and move into a place where we can understand what true compassion is. Now, most people have compassion mixed up. Most people have compassion mixed up with either sympathy or a form of empathy. But I'm going to ask you to move into a consecrated energy, a consecrated compassion. Consecration means to make something sacred. If you make compassion sacred, you move into divine strength, you move into clarity, you move into a very deep sense of love and caring, and that divine strength rises up from within you, and all of a sudden, no matter what is going on for whomever, wherever, including yourself, you'll be able, what I call kind of like paramedic consciousness. The reason I call it paramedic consciousness is because what do paramedics do when they get onto a scene of something? There's an accident, there's somebody on the ground, there's somebody bleeding, whatever. A paramedic is going to be trained. They steep in a centeredness, they assess what's going on, they find the most efficient, most beautiful, most compassionate, most loving way to treat the situation and get the help to the person in a way, and they don't go, oh my God, look at that, that's horrible, and then run and scream. Most of us sometimes we come along situations in life, we want to run, we want to go into a fight or flight response, we want to scream, or we want to blame, or we want to shame. We want to make sure that we build spiritual mastery. We got to pump the spiritual biceps in our spiritual practice that know that we're not waiting on God to do something for us. God is waiting upon us to allow something to happen through us. Yes. The universal impulse of life force, of truth, is always just, if you can imagine, here's your auric field, here's your head, here's your feet, here's your auric field, your soul star, your earth star, that's your 8th and 10th chakras. There's this energy around you, eternal frequencies that are always beckoning, always just going this way, this way to magnificence. And the still small voice, that is sometimes referred to, is when we move into meditation, and the still small voice will not only give you the guidance, but it also brings with it the frequency of courageousness. It moves you from intellect to inspired knowingness. And inspired knowingness is something that you want to espouse to. So in morality, we're just going to take a morality test. So if somebody were to say to you, oh, there's this great program on Netflix, and but I don't have Netflix. And then they're like, oh, well, you could just borrow my login credentials and watch it on your own. Or, has anybody ever maybe given their Netflix or their other streaming device login credentials? And on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being that is egregious, that is awful, 1 being, not such a big deal, where do you place that on the scale? Is that egregious, or is that like, I'm just being a helpful person? You don't have to share your answer. And now I just want you to think about somebody who walks into a store. Maybe they have a weapon, and they steal something. They just say, hey, I'm going to take this. They grab the thing, and then they leave. Where does that fall on your scale of egregiousness? Is that outrageous? Is that awful? Is that horrible? I'm guessing, I don't know, for some of you, the first one, the Netflix password, was maybe down here on the lower end of the scale. Maybe the other one was up here on the higher end of the scale. They're the exact same thing. Stealing is stealing. We've made, through the advent of what has been called psychological distancing, where it's like I come up with excuses. Psychological distancing is because there's no people, it's just this kind of virtual, digital reality. I have no connect. Maybe if you knew somebody who worked at Netflix or one of the other streaming services, and they were telling you, maybe they sat you down one day and they were telling you, you wouldn't believe how many people are stealing and sending out their passwords, maybe you'd inch up more to seeing what that is. And some people, through psychological distancing, will also say something like, well, they're just such a huge company and they make so many millions and billions of dollars. Who cares if you just do that? The universe does not differentiate between quantity. It only differentiates between quality. If I'm stealing, I'm stealing. And I'm not asking you to follow rules. So dogmatic religious practices would say, oh, we've got the 10 Commandments, you got to follow these rules. And if you do that, you're going to get in. It's not about following a rule. It's about seeing how these guidelines resonate with you so that you can feel in a life of integrity or morality. And that's what morality is. It's being in integrity with the righteousness. And when I say righteousness, I'm not talking about anybody who's maligned the idea of righteousness. I know that word might have a tinge on it for some people, but just to do what's right. And to do what's right from a spiritual perspective is to do what's pure, what's kind, what's loving, what's generous, what's compassionate, to move in that consecrated idea of compassion. So to be in integrity means if I am steeped in knowing the absolute truth that God is my source and my supply, and whatever I desire, whether it be resources, whether it be nurturance, whether it be support, whether it be financial freedom, whether it be supply of any kind, if I know that that is mine, if I know that I'm participating in the law of circulation and I am circulating those energy, and you know that the law of circulation, if you've seen the sacred spiral, which just goes like this, that's the sacred spiral that symbolizes the law of circulation. What does that mean? It means it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger from glory to greater glory, and it just keeps expanding. That's the way the universe operates. The universe never withholds. There is no such thing as God, a man in the clouds with a beard, that is sitting there going, well, I don't know. You don't really deserve that. You've done something so egregious that you might have to go to double hockey sticks for all of eternity. That does not exist. As Reverend Michael was just saying this morning at the Way of Meditation service, and I'm paraphrasing, when we move into the illusion of separation from truth and the divine, that, as it also said in the reading this morning, that is when we are moving into a place where we might experience H-double hockey sticks. When I am moving into oneness and completion, if I am moving into the vibration of creation, not of something outside of me, not of something where there's dictates and mandates that have been dogmated, that's just a new word, dogmated through religion, that is something where I am capitulating to the call of my own beingness, my own soul. You do that by, does this feel right? Right as in capital R, right? With the integrity of my soul? Or does this feel like it's out of integrity? That's how we move through this world and not be of it. Not allow the external world to let us choose from fear instead of choosing from faith. Faith, for a while, is going to be something that you're going to cultivate. You're going to cultivate faith. You're going to allow it to be real and true, meaningful and deep within your own bones. So I'm going to invite you all, every one of us is going to say this, I'm going to allow myself to be only motivated by the inspired state of absolute faith that comes directly from my soul. Yes?
Yes.
That was pretty good. So for those of you who didn't have, one more time, we're going to all that, and yes? Okay. Love streamers, yes and yes. We're going to make sure, because I will tell you, I did a clinical study about 20 years ago where we had people that came in on a regular weekly basis for 12 weeks. And one of the things I'm going to cut to the chase on this is that people who had an intention that was filled with zest and verve, meaning there was some enthusiasm behind it. Oh my goodness, when you take an enthusiastic intention and you marry it with spiritual practice, it's kind of like the difference, like, let's say, we're going to go bowling. Okay, let's go bowling. And do you want to make a strike? Yeah, I want to make a strike. Okay. But you're kind of, and you come up and you get your ball off, the bowling ball off the thing, and then you come over and like, okay, I'm going to get a strike. Yeah. And then it goes into the gutter and blah. Or you're like, I'm gonna get a strike, and you're gonna get the ball and you're gonna be like, whoa, and you're gonna hear it crash against the pins. What's your intention? You want to get your intention that you're going to get a strike against the pins, and make sure. Now sometimes if you're feeling a little low, which I have been, where it's like, I don't have it in me right now to do a 10 on the Richter scale. I'm so frustrated. I don't want to do spiritual practice right now. Then you got to back up a little bit. You got to back up and say, the prayer within the prayer, the intention within the intention would be, then I'm going to intend that I get to a place where I do have the enthusiasm to allow divine morality to flow through me so that I can make the choice that is right, not because it's been dictated by religion, but because it's been dictated by my soul. Yeah. That I'm allowing myself to just simply be in integrity with me. If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want yourself to be happy, practice compassion. That comes from the Dalai Lama, and making sure that compassion, and again, this is consecrated compassion, sacred compassion, where you really allow yourself to go deep. And that's why people like our prayer chaplains and our practitioners who've said, I am dedicating my life. They might not have known it, but they've dedicated their lives to a life of compassion, consecrated compassion. And I will tell you, there's nothing more, I feel like this kind of paternal magnificence as the spiritual director here, because we have the best practitioners and the best prayer chaplains and the best congregation, people who sincerely really want the best to come forward, and prayers come through. You don't know this, that happens behind the scenes sometimes, but prayers come streaming in through text and through email and through personal delivery for things, and then our whole prayer ministry lights up with holding space. The other part that you don't always see is that all of a sudden something magnificent happens for these individuals where the answered prayer in its highest accord comes through. It is Absolutely, I get tears of joy when I see these things happening, where you're feeling, seeing, knowing, and experiencing the demonstrations. It does require non-attachment and allowing yourself to surrender. So I'm just going to invite you all to join me as we move into a place where we're going to let go, to know that the truth is not what sets us free. An intellectual understanding of the truth is not what sets us free. Embodiment of that truth is what sets us free. And if you allow the truth to set you free about prosperity, wellness, about relationships, about career, about creativity, if you allow those truths, and they're going to come in multiple faceted ways, a truth, oftentimes you might have where it takes 5 revelations of truth to get to where you need to go. Maybe 10, maybe 1. You don't know until you go, but you will know that you're on your way. You will know as you allow yourself to steep and step into this. So I'm just going to invite you to join me as we open into this space right now. I'm going to invite you to join me. Bring your awareness to your heart center and allow it to open into a benevolent state of vulnerability, which means you are only vulnerable to the energy of your true self, your higher self, the divine. Open into a place of availability, available only to the eternal frequencies, and allow the divine idea of your soul to flood your heart with enthusiasm, right seeing, right knowing, right hearing, right perception. Allow that energy to fill your heart till joy begins to tingle in its center. And allow that energy to rise to your mind. Your mind open to right seeing, right hearing, right knowing, right perception. We are becoming a house united in the divine. And as we do, we recognize and remember that there is one power, one presence, one truth back of all life. And it is good. It only operates through good. We know that whether we call it Choda, whether we call it Dios, whether we call it Elohim, whether we call it Allah or Jehovah or Yahweh, the Creator, the One, God Almighty, Christ consciousness, Buddha consciousness, the Atman presence, however you resonate with the highest expression of your soul, no matter what we call it, we know that it is good. It knows no opposition and it knows no withholding. It only knows a love so profound it will bring joy to your eyes and ears and heart. We open to this and we allow in this benevolent state of vulnerability us to remember what it means to be formed and fashioned in the image and likeness of and as God. Oh, we are not apart from this. There is nothing that is being bestowed upon us. It is rising up from within us that we may have a direct experience of the divine as our lives. And it is from a place of knowing that we are one with each other and one with this. That the divine law of morality is not something that we follow by rule or dictate or dogma. It is something that we appease and listen to. Speak, Lord, thy servant heareth. I capitulate to this solely for the greater good of myself and everyone in life. And it is from this place, this place of joy, this place of oneness and goodness, that we know that we are allowing this good. Today is the day that we are allowing ourselves to be inspired, to be motivated, enthusiasted, invigorated, with the holy light of our own beingness. And we simply agree and allow it to be by saying, and so I let it be. And so it is. Amen. 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 Ashe. Aho. Mahalo. Shalom. Hotep. And hallelujah. Now it is time for our participating in the law of circulation. Our ushers are going to come forward. These beautiful, magnificent angels who are part of our Sacred Seva team of volunteers. They have these baskets. And for those of you who would like to contribute to our community, whether that is through cash or check, you will be able to deposit those in the baskets here. Up on your screen, you can see ways through Venmo, Zelle, mailing a check, using the QR code. Everything is safe and secure if you would like to make a contribution. We are a 501c3 non-profit religious organization, which means it's all tax deductible. And as we're coming up on the end of the year, if you want to get some more tax deductions in there, please feel free to do so here at Soul Center. We appreciate all of that. That's what's taking care of our lights and our bills. We are thriving from that. I'm going to ask the ushers to go forward and Jackie Simone to take off and bring us into more brilliance.
While you're writing your checks or however you're going to give, I have a quick question for you. How did you get here today? Who drove? Did you take a bus? Did you take a boat? I heard you guys had 2 cars. And but that you rode in 1 car. I didn't understand it, but I'm sure God was driving it. Anyways, come on guys, let's do this. To get some direction, fill up my tank with prayer and meditation. I obtain for relocation. Life is what we make it. Twists and turns can be fierce. Yeah. Every time come on to break and it's time to let it rip. Whoa. Everybody
buckle up. Good times. All right, I'm just going to invite you to join me. I'm going to put you to work. All you have to do is, if you feel like it, you can join me by extending your heart, your prayers through your hands, focusing right here as we bless the offering. We just take a moment in deep gratitude, knowing that the universal presence is the universal supply of everything. Love, peace, joy, nurturance, prosperity, self-love, kindness, goodness in every way, shape, and form. The universe that we call God only operates through pure brilliance. We call it bliss, and that bliss shows up as an intelligence, and it shows up as circulating good. We bless this offering, for we are formed and fashioned in the image and likeness of the divine. It is our job to receive the blessings and bestow the blessings. We bless this offering, knowing it continues to expand in our lives individually and collectively. We are not giving from a finite supply. We are circulating from an infinite supply and allowing it to continue to grow and glow in magnificence. We bless it so, and we allow it to be so. Amen. Thank you, ushers. Check. Kids are going to come into the sanctuary. We're going to celebrate what they were doing today. Right this way, up the stairs. Yeah, we want the shortest ones at this line, and then the rest behind.
And this is the Enlightened Kids Village. So today we talked about how God is everywhere, about omnipresence. And we did some games, we did some meditation, some movement and a craft. We did an energy exchange experiment, and we learned all about, omnipresence. So we have a couple volunteers who want to share their favorite part of the lesson or their thoughts on the idea God is everywhere. Carter, you said
Just to remind everybody, God is in anybody inside us. He follows us wherever we go, and He protects us.
Well, that's all we have for today. Thank you. We're going to stand together and sing the peace song. If you want to join hands, and the words are going to come up on the screen.
Please rise. If you would like to sing along, you're welcome to. The words are going to come up on the screen, or they're in your program. divine frequencies and energies, the very essence of our beingness, that which we call God, Almighty, all good, all love, all joy, ourselves, formed and fashioned from its eternal frequency. We are allowing it to thrive, to have its way to, through, and as our lives. Something wonderful has taken place here today. Something has been ignited within us that takes us to the next level of grandeur and goodness, purity and a humble abiding of knowing wherever I am, the divine is, and all is well and good. We say yes, that this week shall be the best week, filled to overflowing with goodness. We speak it so, know it so, and allow it to be so. So be it. Amen. Just a reminder, a couple reminders, if you would like to experience personal, private, confidential prayer with a prayer chaplain or an agape licensed spiritual practitioner, please come up here to the gong and they'll take you to a sacred space for prayer. And don't forget, this Thursday is our Spiritual Principles Universal Truth class starting this Thursday.